Okay, so let's just get straight into the video. I've made 300k at 22 years old, and just copy this, right? It's not going to be one of those things where it's like, go and do this, go and do that, and it's just generic advice. This is exactly what I do, and everyone that help one-to-one, and people that make money online with digital products, consulting, info, digital offers, they follow this exact thing, right? And I'm going to show exactly how you can do it. And as you can see, it's the exact path I took to go from £1,500 a month in construction to selling digital products and consulting, and how you can do the exact same and probably actually faster, right? And we've got a little diagram here. Build solutions is the best thing that you can do online, whether that's with digital products, digital offers, consulting, you name it, right? It is the best thing that you can do, is obviously building solutions. So as you can see, we've got like a little diagram going on. We've got content, funnels, YouTube, sales, objections, digital product, and in the middle is your brain. That is you, right? So when everyone says like pick a niche, all this other stuff, just use your brain, right? And we're going to get into this today. So what you're actually going to learn today, why most people never get started and how to fix that today, the foundation that makes everything else work, so your I help X do Y, how to build something worth buying when you're not a level 100 expert, the offer stack that actually lets you sell more, sell less and earn more, how to get customers without a massive audience. So basically I started this with basically nothing. I documented my journey nearly 2 years ago now, started it. I've built over 100,000 followers, subscribers across everything now, which is really cool. The simple funnel that's made me hundreds of thousands, adding consultants to your business, consulting, and the move that changed everything for me. The skills you'd need to learn along the way and the ones that actually don't matter, and why this takes at least 6 to 12 months. Not just 1 to 2 weeks, not just 3 to 4 weeks, not just 6 to 12 weeks, and why that's actually good news. You don't, like, no one's going to do this in a week's time, right? And that's good. So I'm going to show you exactly how I went from earning £1,500 a month doing construction work, up at 7 p.m, home at 6 p.m, actually staying away from home as well, which is kind of annoying. Didn't really want to do it for much longer. I mean, to be fair, I didn't really hate the job. I just wanted to earn more. Knackered every single day to making over £300,000 online by 22 years old. And here's the thing, right? I'm not showing you this to brag. I'm not showing you this because what I did isn't special. Like, there's no secret, no lucky break, and I didn't have like rich parents funding this, right? And again, I'm going to keep this video super chill. That's what this channel's for. No heavy editing. I'm just going to go through everything in here so that you can basically learn step by step how to do all of this. And yeah, I just figured out a path that works, right? And honestly, you can probably do it faster than I did because you've now got this step-by-step process. I was just like fumbling around in the dark for ages, following advice from people who'd actually not done it, or I was looking at people on socials thinking, how can I do what they're doing? Maybe if I just copy what they're doing, it'll work. And that didn't actually work, right? So let's get straight into it, right? First thing, why most people never get started and how to fix that today. You might come under this category. I mean, 9 times out of 10 you probably do. And before I show you the blueprint, everyone always says like blueprint or guide, but this is actually a blueprint, right? I need to address the thing that stops 90% of people before they even begin. They think they're not ready, they think they're not smart enough, they think they're not experienced enough, they don't have the right skills, they don't have a big enough audience, they haven't figured out the perfect idea yet. I had literally all of these thoughts, right, when I was working in construction. Genuinely didn't believe I could do this. I looked at people making money online and I just thought they had something that I didn't. And here's what I've actually learned since then. The readiness, like trying to feel ready, that feeling never comes, right? You're not just going to wake up one day feeling ready. You'll start before you're ready, right? If you start before you're ready and you figure it out as you go, everyone's done this. Everyone felt unready when they first started, right? Apologies if I pause to take some water. Whenever I do long paragraphs and long presentations like this, take some water, get like a dry throat. So yeah, apologies for that. But everyone's done this, even myself, right? I felt unready when I first started. I didn't think it was going to be I thought there was going to be a perfect time and something just going to happen overnight. But honestly, you don't need to be an expert to help people. And I'll go deeper on this in a minute, but this is like massive. You don't need to be the best in the world at something. You just need to be further along than the person you're helping. Okay? So the perfect idea doesn't exist. You pick something, you test it, you adjust it. That is it. Waiting for the perfect idea is just procrastination dressed up as a strategy, right? And again, this isn't like some AI written piece or anything. I actually spent like 2 or 3 hours writing this down myself. This is from knowledge that I actually did on one of my 2.5 hours free courses as well. So I'll leave that in the description below. So yeah, this isn't like some AI written thing. This is literally from myself. And what actually matters is, do you know something, right? Anything that other people would love to learn? Could you help someone get a result that they like? Could you help someone get a result that they want? If yes, you can do this. And if you can't, don't worry, you will be able to do it at the end of this video. And if you're sitting there thinking, I don't know anything valuable, I promise you do, right? You've just been surrounded by your own knowledge for so long that it seems so obvious to you and not everyone else. So you know, like when you're on social media and you're like swiping through the same thing and like you start something new and you feel like, oh, it's saturated because everyone knows about it. The only reason you think that is because you've liked something on social media and now that's all that comes up on your page or in your feed, and now it feels like everyone knows about it, so you should just give up with it. That is not the case, right? No one knows like the steps between level 0 to 7. You might be at level 7 out of 10 in terms of an expert. There's people who are at level 0 to 7 that you can teach, right? And we'll get more into that as well. So again, the person who's 3 steps behind you on the journey, they would love to pay to learn what you know or what you've spent and what you've learned over the months that you've spent, the time that you've spent, the money that you've spent. But that's the whole game, right? So getting into the second part, the foundation that makes everything else work. Okay, so your I help X do Y. So for the first thing we actually need to nail before you build anything, before you think about any products or funnels or anything like that, it's your positioning, right? Who do you help and what do you help them do? So I call this the I help X do Y formula. You probably see it everywhere as well. I just keep it really simple. I'm not doing like some fancy X, Y, and Z, all that type of stuff. But honestly, getting this right makes everything else 10 times easier. So the formula is literally I help specific person achieve specific outcome by doing your method without common pain point. So let me break this down, right? So the X is the specific person. So not everyone, not people who want to make money, a specific type of person with a specific problem. So for example, you could have stay-at-home dads. You could have coaches who are stuck under 5k a month. You could have people who want to learn AI but don't know where to start. You could have women over 40 who want to get fit. The more specific, the better, right? It feels I can't do words today. I can't say the word, sorry. Like you're limiting yourself, but specifically, it is what makes people think this is for me, right? The why is the specific outcome. What results do they actually want? Not vague stuff like transform their life, real tangible outcomes they can picture. I.e. lose their belly and gain confidence, or hit consistent 10k months, or build AI automations that save 10 hours a week, or get stronger without spending hours in the gym. So then the without part is optional for yourself, but it's actually powerful. So a lot of people that I help and speak to, they just do the I help X do Y, but you can have the without the common pain point, which is even more powerful. So what's the thing that they need to do but don't want to do, or the obstacle they think is in their way? It could be, just smashed the camera by accident. Just move that back. It could be without going to the gym. They don't want to go to the gym. They might not afford the gym, which is cool. Without having to post on social media every single day. Without spending thousands on ads. Without quitting their job. So here's a full example, right? And again, you can do this for yourself. Take a piece of paper and a notepad and let's just move that back. There we go. And write this down. So I help stay-at-home dads lose their belly to gain more confidence without even having to go to the gym. So a specific person, specific outcome, removes an objection, right? Oh, gone the wrong way. Sorry. So when you've got this nailed, everything else flows from it. So your content answers question this person has, your product delivers this outcome, your marketing speaks directly to this person's situation. If you try to help everyone, you end up helping no one, and that's just the harsh reality. If you try and please everyone and you try and have an offer for everyone, you can't just say yes, yes, yes to everybody. It sounds great for loads of money, but you just don't want to do that. So how to actually figure out your X and your Y? Here's what I would do if I was starting from scratch. First, what do people actually ask you for help? What do friends come to you for? What have you figured out that others haven't? And also, you could be something that you do as a day job, or you do in real life business. How can you turn that into an I help X do Y? So secondly, what transformations have you been through? Going from overweight to fit, from broke to earning well, from clueless about tech to confident. Your own journey is often the best thing to teach, right? And thirdly, what are you genuinely interested in? Because you're going to be talking about this a lot, right? And if you pick something just because it seems profitable, but you couldn't care less about it, you will just burn out in a couple of months. Because if you're not doing something that you actually enjoy, it's just going to be pointless, and it's going to feel like a chore when you want to make this fun. Okay, so write down 3 to 5 options. Pick the one where you can clearly articulate the outcome and the person you'd help, and that's your starting point. And look, this doesn't have to be perfect. You can adjust it later, but you need something to start with, right? And that's something we're going to get into now. So how to actually build something worth buying when you're not a level 100 expert, right? So this is the belief that held me back for the longest. And I see it hold back, like everyone gets held back by it. Almost everyone I talk to, they come to me and say, well, why would anyone buy from me? I'm not an expert. There are people way better than me. What about this guy? So let me just reframe this for you, right? Think of it as like a video game. Let's say there's 100 levels. Let's say you're at a level 70. You're not the best. You're not a complete beginner, but you're kind of somewhere in the middle or just above. So now, who are you best positioned to help? You can't really help the people at level 95 because they're ahead of you and don't really need what you're teaching. But what about the people stuck at level 0 or level 10 or level 40? They're trying to get past the bits you've already figured out. Okay, so they're stuck on the problems you've already solved. So again, you don't need to be the world's leading expert. You just need to be ahead of the person you're helping. And again, this is massive because it now means you can start now with what you already know. So here's what I've seen work over and over again. Sarah, one of my 5-Figure Simplified Club students, she started helping people in the fashion niche. She had maybe 30 YouTube subscribers when she got her first clients. 30, not 30,000, literally 30 subscribers. And she was charging anywhere from £300 to 5k for her packages. And again, she's not the world's biggest fashion expert, right? But she knew more than the people she was helping and she could get them results. Harrison made £60,000 in a couple of months in the AI niche. He wasn't some tech genius. He just learned some AI tools, got good at them and taught others who were way further behind as well. Simon, another 5FS club member, made £9,000 in 1 week helping people lose weight, and he's not a celebrity personal trainer with 1 million followers. He just had a system that worked and people who needed it, right? So the expert thing is a myth that gets people stuck. And this is by the way, if you don't know what 5-Figure Simplified Club is, essentially where I help people one-to-one. They can have unlimited calls with me over a time frame. So I'll leave a link down below where you can book a call with me, and basically I can help you set up all of this together with you. So yeah, that's those guys. Again, the expert thing is just a myth, keeps people stuck. And what actually matters is, can you help someone go from where they are to where they want to be? And if yes, you have something valuable to sell. And honestly, sometimes being closer to the beginner journey makes you a better teacher, because you remember what it was like to not know things. You remember the struggles. The actual experts have often forgot what it's like to be clueless, so they can't relate anymore. So stop waiting until you feel like an expert, genuinely. You'll just be waiting forever. Just stop. The best thing you can do is just start. Whether that's creating your brand, creating your products, creating your offers, creating content, whatever it is, just start, right? So now getting on to the next part. And again, leave a comment down below if this is helping as well. And if you've got to this stage already, comment down your niche or your I help X do Y. Let's see some of your suggestions and I'll be able to help you out with that as well. So the offer stack that actually lets you sell less and earn more money, right? So everyone always says if I sell more products, I can make more money. Yeah, correct. But you're going to have so much more work to do. And I like to have fun. I want to earn money and have fun, right? So this is where you can create a really cool offer stack that allows you to have fun, right? So now we're actually getting into the structure of what you're selling. So most people start with one product, i.e. a course or for £47 or £97, and they think if I can just get enough people to buy this, I'll be sorted. I actually did this. It doesn't work. It does on a short period, or rather it works, but it's exhausting and the maths is brutal, right? So let me just break down everything for you. The DIY, done with you or done for you stack, it's the same offer, same transformation, the same I help X do Y, but at 3 different price points based on how much your time is involved, okay? This is where it's really key. You only need to create one digital product. You can offer it in 3 different ways. So DIY, right? You can do it. They can go and do it themselves for £47 or £97 roughly. You can do it cheaper if you like. I feel like £27 is a good sweet spot as well. So this could be your course, your guide, your templates. They can buy it. They can learn from it. They implement it themselves. There's no access to you. There's no coaching. There's no support beyond what's in the product. And you want to have this low price because it requires 0 of your ongoing time, right? Whereas done with you could be $397 to $997 a month. Same transformation, but you're now helping them do it. So it could be coaching calls, community access, you answer their questions, they've got the course material, but they've also got you guiding them. It's sort of a mid-price as well because you're giving them time, but it's leverage because one call can actually help multiple people. And again, I think that is super cheap as well. Put it this way, like my done with you stuff is an investment of £1,000 onwards. So yeah, 100%. Like you can have this a lot more expensive, but just going off of the basis if you're just starting this from scratch, or even just trying to package up 3 different offers as well. That's a good price point. And then done for you, DFY, right? It's the same transformation, but you're doing the heavy lifting. So one-to-one attention, building things with them or for them, personalized strategy, and this is a higher price because it's actually your time. So one-on-one. So it could be WhatsApp, it could be coaching calls. It could be you, basically with done for you, you're eliminating most of the stuff that's in the course where they can go and do it themselves, but you're doing it for them on a quicker time frame. Do you know? That's sort of what the done for you is. And why this changes everything, right? This is really important to listen to. Here's the maths. So let's say you wanted to hit 30k a month. With just a £47 do-it-yourself product, you need 639 customers every single month because that's not recurring. You're going to need 600 customers every month, new customers. With just a £97 DIY product, you need 310 new customers every single month. And that is a lot of new people constantly, every single month. If you look at the other tiers, if you have a $997 a month done with you service, which again is still stupidly cheap because now you've got 31 customers on a done with you basis. So that could be group coaching, which is really cool, right? Done for you, if you had a £2,000 package, 15 customers. If you had a £5,000 package, you only need 6 customers. And 6 customers paying £5,000 is so much easier to find than 639 new 4/7 buyers every single month. But trust me, I've tried both, and it is so much easier to do this price point than it is to do the low ticket stuff. But the low ticket stuff is really good as well, and we'll get onto that in another video, and like increasing customer value and all that type of stuff as well, which is really cool. To be fair, I'm going to talk about it in this video anyway. And here's where it gets really interesting, the recurring angle. So if those 31 people paying $9.97 a month stick around for a few months on average, you're not just starting from zero every single month. You've already got income already locked in, which is good. So if you've got 15 done for you clients on a 2K per month retainer, you're hitting 30K before you even sell anything new that month, which is great. This is how you actually stop living on that treadmill of constantly needing new customers. And you don't need all 3 tiers on day one. You can just start with one, probably the DIY or done with you, depending on your situation. But now you know that stack exists so that you can just add to it later. So if you create one really good digital product or one digital offer, you can then create as many stacks on that as you like, do you know? And this is exactly where what we can map out together when I work with people one-to-one, your specific offer stack, your pricing, your numbers you need to hit, your income goals. If you want help building this out as well, properly, links in the description, just book a call with me. And yeah, it's actually with me, it's not with like a sales rep or a closer. It will be with me, super chilled chat, just basically say to me what you need help with and we'll go from there. And if I can help you, I can. And as you can see, 5FS Club. So, how to get customers without actually building, without a massive audience. And if you've already got a massive audience, or an audience as in general, then great. But here's how to do it without a massive audience. So, you've got your position sorted, and you know what you're selling. And again, like branding and all that type of stuff, we'll get more into in another video. But the obvious question is, how do you actually get people to buy? And this is where most people think they need millions of followers, they think they need to go viral, they think they need a massive email list before they can make any money. I started with basically nothing, right? And I know plenty of people who've done the same. And here's the reality about followers. You could get 1 million views and just 1 customer. But I'd rather have 100 views and 10 customers paying £1,000 each. Because followers don't mean money, but the right followers, people who actually want what you're selling, that is what matters, right? And this is why YouTube is the best lead magnet that exists, or the best platform for actually like trying to make money online, in my opinion. Along with TikTok, TikTok's really good for like brand exposure, but YouTube is where it really knuckles down. And here's why I actually love YouTube specifically, though this applies to other long form content as well, like LinkedIn, that type of platforms. But when someone clicks on your video, they actually made a choice to watch your video, okay? So they saw your thumbnail, they saw your title, and they clicked because they were interested, right? That's already qualification happening. So then they watch your video for 10, 15, 20 minutes, they're getting to know you, they're seeing how you think, how you explain things, whether they trust you. And by the time they get to your call to action, they're warm, they know you. Compare that to someone randomly just seeing your ad on Instagram or TikTok or YouTube. Completely cold, no relationship, no trust, and you're just going to be paying so much money on ads to people who don't even know you yet. Retargeting ads is great, actually retargeting back to people who have been on your social media pages or watched something or been a lead, but from scratch, it's not great, right? So Sarah, again, one of my one-to-one students, she got her first paying clients from YouTube with only 30 subscribers, and that number almost doesn't matter. What matters is the right people are watching. So some of her videos, there's only like 100 views, but the videos are literally specifically how to X, Y, and Z in your fashion business. So like somebody like me who doesn't have a fashion business, I'm not going to click that video. So if there's 100 people clicking on that, those 100 people are very warm leads, and they actually have a lot of interest in what is going to be in that video, which when you put it like that, it's crazy, right? So 100 people watching your video, it's really good. And again, voice notes build trust instantly, and this is something most people do, by the way, and it's a massive opportunity. I speak to so many people who jump on calls with me and say, yeah, this is my funnel, this is what I do, and I never hear voice notes once, which is crazy. So when someone DMs you or comments on your stuff, just send them a voice note, not like a typed message, an actual voice note, right? It feels personal, it feels like you care, and it takes 30 seconds, but it creates more connections than 10 typed messages back and forth. So if you're sending voice notes to people, you're going to make so much money. And I've put that in bold, and I'm not even joking, it is literally as simple as that, and it is really effective. So the content strategy that actually works, something that I've found myself, is you should do these 3 things. Solve problems for free, and I don't just mean give everything away for free. You don't want to show the how to do it, you want to just show like the the back end or the front end of how to do it, and then the back end could be your consulting or your product, right? And then show your expertise, so position you as the person who can help, and then let people know you have something to sell, and not aggressively. Don't just go, it's £300 off today, please go and purchase. It just doesn't work. Content isn't just there to sell, it's there to build trust and to prove you know what you're actually talking about, and to help people before they ever pay you. Or, yeah, they're probably never going to pay you if they don't trust you. So when someone has watched 10 of your videos and you've genuinely helped them, asking them to check out your paid offer just feels natural, right? Because you've already delivered the value. So you don't need a massive audience, you need the right audience and a way to build trust with them. And that is it, right? And we'll get more into content later down the line as well. And this is a simple funnel that I use that has actually made me hundreds of thousands across any digital product, across any consulting offer, digital product offer, you name it, masterminds, that type of stuff. Online mastermind, sorry. Haven't done a in real life mastermind yet, which is something I definitely want to do this year, going into next year. So yeah, let me show you the exact structure I use, and it's embarrassingly simple compared to what most gurus teach, right? Social media, to landing page, to checkout, book a call, and that is it. 3 simple steps, right? Obviously inside of here you can have lead capture, email follow-ups, all this type of stuff, which we'll go more into as well. But this is it, right? Step 1. This is where you create content. So you've got YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn. Pick 1 or 2 and actually be consistent with them. If you're not consistent, it's just, what's the point? Your content brings people into the world, it builds trust, and it positions you as somebody who can help them, right? And at the end of the content, you can just point them somewhere, link in the description, link in bio, etc. Step 2, the simple landing page. This doesn't need to be complicated. I'm literally talking a headline saying I help X do Y, or helping X do Y in specific time frame, and a VSL, a video sales letter, just you explaining your offer and who it's for and how you can help them, and simply just a button to book or to buy or book a call. And that is literally it. So you can build this in an afternoon using Lovable, an AI website builder, or Standstill, or whatever, right? There's so many platforms you can use. Most people overthink this massively. They want fancy designs and 10 different sections. Just keep it simple. Headline, video, button. If you've got results, insert some results as well. And then step 3, checkout or book a call. So for lower ticket, DIY, just send them straight to a checkout. Make it easy to buy. You don't want to be on a call where you can explain that your product's £47 and that they're going to purchase. It's just not going to be beneficial for you as a business. For high ticket, DIY, DWY, sorry, done for you. Send them to book a call, and you want to talk to them before they purchase, before they buy something expensive. Okay, so platforms like WAP, Standstill, Gumroad, they handle all of this: payment processing, delivery, everything. So you don't need to build some like custom tech. And this is like a simple funnel from one of my inside my 5-figure simplified funnel lessons as well. So you got WAP, you got YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, straight to a landing page and a VSL that I did. That's actually generated thousands. And then you can either go to calls/calendar or a checkout page. And I've tried both, and they both work as good as each other. But DIY, if it's a checkout page, it should be something DIY, not something over like a £500, etc. in my opinion. So that's the funnel that's made me 300k across multiple digital product offers. And I know people who have 7 different funnels, 12 different offers, automated email sequences, retargeting ads, which is actually really good to do, retargeting ads. But again, if you're starting this from scratch, you're not going to be able to do that yet. The whole lot, and they're making less than people with a simple setup. So complexity isn't impressive, results are. Okay, so I'm just going to have a swig of water because we're getting quite in depth into this, which is great. And yeah, just comment down below where you're from or something, or how you found this video. Would be great as well, and subscribe as well. If you want to see more videos like this, just subscribe. It would be much appreciated. So again, adding consulting to your business. This is the move that changed everything for me, because I started with digital products, courses, guides, templates. That's the foundation, right? And that's what's got me to my first consistent income online. But here's what I've learned since then. The real money, and honestly the real impact, comes from working with people more closely, right? Because again, like you can, if you work with people one-to-one, you kind of set your own rules. And if you only work with a small amount of people, it's so much easier and less burnout than if you work with 300 customers every single month, you know? And this is the consulting/coaching side of the done with you and the done for you tiers we talked about earlier. And when I added a proper one-to-one consulting to my business, everything changed. Not just the income, obviously that jumped significantly, but the results I could get for people, because I basically just call one-to-one. I mean, I'm helping someone at the minute, Sam, we're going to get onto it in a minute, and we've had so many calls and set up his funnel. He's doing really cool stuff on TikTok Live at the minute, helping people with AI, and his funnel's just absolutely printing so much money. It's really good because I can just jump on a call with him, every single week, message on WhatsApp, and it's just really nice. It's really nice to do it. And think about it, right? A course is great, but that person has to implement themselves. So they might just get stuck, lose motivation, / make mistakes. You could have helped them along the way. And also, you never actually, if you just have a course and they just purchase from you and there's no contact to you, it's kind of like, well, they just purchased from you, but you're never going to speak, you're never going to hear from them. So it's like, it's pretty rubbish, right, in my opinion. So when you're working with someone directly, you can catch the problems before they become big issues, or refunds or anything. You can give them personalised advice for their specific situation. You can hold them accountable, and you can adjust the strategy based on what's actually happening. So if something's not going their way, so what we did with Sam as well, we tried an offer. It was bringing in sales, but then we changed the offer because it was too expensive on a DIY basis. So that product's changed, which is really cool. But again, we wouldn't have been able to do that if he wasn't working with me one-to-one. So again, just check in before they check out. And this is one of the most important things I've learned. The first 48 hours after somebody buys from you is crucial. So over communication beats silence. And most people buy something and then nothing, right? They get an automation email maybe, and then they're just on their own. So if you reach out personally, voice note, call, whatever, you immediately stand out. You show you actually care about the results, not just the money. And you dramatically increase the chances that they'll actually follow through and get the outcome they paid for. So how to start consulting? You don't need to have everything figured out, just start with what you know. Offer to help 2 or 3 people get a specific result, maybe even do it for free if you want to, or cheap at first to build case studies and confidence. Get them results and learn what they struggle with and refine your process. Again, you don't need to do it for free. You can just charge what you value your time, and if it doesn't work out, then you can give the feedback and you can give them more time that you allocated or whatever it is. You can give them freebies and go forward, right? So don't just do it for free just because you want to get the results. But then you've got something real to sell, not just a theory, actual proven results. So again, Sam, one of my students, teaches beginners how to use AI to create income online and helps businesses increase profits as well with the AI automations, workflows. Oh, I keep moving the camera. There we go. AI automations, workflows, all that type of stuff. And again, he didn't wait until he was some AI expert with 10 years experience, because this is happening now. He just started helping people with what he knew, and that is the move, right? And again, this is exactly what we can do together in the 5FS Club. Build your offers, your consulting process, your sales system. And if you want to earn more through digital products and consulting, like I do now, just book a call with me down below in the link in the description. So yeah, the skills you'll need to learn are the ones that don't matter. So let me just be real with you, right? This is what you actually need to learn to make this work. So skills that matter, you need to communicate clearly. So can you explain things in a way people understand? Can you write a caption? Can you record a video? Can you send a message that resonates? This isn't about being like a good writer in a literal sense. Sorry, I can't speak today. It's about being clear and relatable. So short sentences, real talk, and just no jargon, right? Just no rubbish. If you can explain something to a friend over coffee, you can do this, like 100%. Let me just try and move the camera. Keep kicking it by accident. That's all good. 2, you need to understand what people actually want, not just what you think they should want, what they actually want. So this means listening, reading comments, asking questions, paying attention to how they can describe their problems in their own words. And when you use someone's own language back to them, they feel understood, which is really powerful. This one's probably the main one. Being consistent, right? So I can't stress this enough. Most people fail because they try something for 3 weeks, they don't see massive results, and then just quit, right? Honestly, if you can take anything from this video, just don't quit on whatever you're doing. The people who succeed are the ones who keep going when it's not working for them, who post content when no one's watching, who keep improving their offer even after rejections. And again, this isn't talent. This is just about not giving up, right? Basic tech stuff. So you don't need to be a developer. You don't need to be willing to figure out. You need to be willing to figure out platforms like WAP, Standstore, Stripe, email tools, Canva for graphics, etc. And again, none of this is hard. It's just unfamiliar at first, right? And YouTube tutorials can get you through 99% of it, and so should this channel, and that's the aim of it. In sales, but not the gross kind, so not cold calling or anything like that. You need to be able to communicate what you offer and why it's valuable. And you need to be able to you need to be comfortable asking for the sale. And people overcomplicate sales calls, in my opinion. I basically just say, look, just go on the call, ask what they need help with. If they need help with something, fire over some options. If it's not for them, you both go about your own day, right? And you go on to the next one. And that's the simplest thing about it. And again, you don't want to just, if someone's not the right person for you, it's just going to be a massive headache. And you don't want to just work with somebody because it earns you money. Because again, I'd rather not work with somebody if it means that I'm just putting all my time to them and not other clients, you know? And it just burns you out. And again, this doesn't mean like pushy or manipulative. It means being honest about how you can help and giving people the opportunity to work with you. And if you genuinely believe your offer will help somebody, telling them about it isn't sleazy, it's literally just a service, right? And again, skills that don't matter as much as you think. Being a content expert or influencer, having professional video equipment. So again, this is recorded on my camera, which is like an Osmo Pocket. It's like £500, I think it is. But I started this all on my iPhone. Again, this is just a simple business channel, and this is Notion, which is just where I'm basically writing out my notes and just on my laptop. You don't need to be incredibly charismatic, on camera. You don't need to know how to code. You don't have to have a business degree. You don't need skills that don't matter, being young or old, and you don't have to have the perfect idea. So I've seen people succeed who are awkward on camera. Again, Sarah, she didn't even want to record her journey and help people out. She didn't even know how to create content, and she's smashing it. People with terrible lighting and no fancy editing, people who can barely use technology, right? They succeeded because they can help people get results. That's what actually matters. So like even this, I haven't got my lighting set up. It's literally just I'm just going to record this. I wrote this out last night, and I just thought, right, screw it. Let's just make this channel the best place possible that people can learn from. So again, you don't need to do anything fancy behind it, right? And why this actually takes 6 to 12 months, not 1 to 2 weeks, and why that's actually good news, okay? So something the gurus won't actually tell you, this takes time, right? Real time, not like I'll be rich in 30 days time thing. Most people, you're looking at 6 to 12 months to build something that's generating consistent income. And it could be faster if you're already skilled and put in serious hours. It could be longer if you're learning from scratch and doing this alongside a job. But I know that's not what you want to hear, right? But here's why it's actually good news. If it was quick and easy, everyone would do it. I get this message all the time, oh yeah, but surely everyone would just do this. Well, yeah, but it's not quick and easy. Do you know? So the fact that it takes effort and persistence is what makes this valuable, right? It filters out people who give up. And if you keep going, you're automatically ahead of 90% of people who started. You're building something real, okay? A quick cash grab disappears. So what you're building, skills, audience, reputation, system, that compounds over time. So a year from now, you'll have the assets that just keep paying you, which is great. The timeline is still ridiculous and ridiculously good compared to traditional paths. So think about it, right? To be a doctor, to earn, 6-figure salary, you're looking at 7 years of training, to climb the corporate ladder to a good salary, maybe 10 to 15 years. To build this kind of business, 6 to 12 months. Even on the slower end, that is insanely fast, okay? So my question for you, if you could guarantee yourself 30k a month a year, 30k a month a year from now in profit, but you had to work hard and stay consistent for those 6 to 12 months, would you do it? 100%. Anyone would do that, right? The problem with that is there's no guarantee, so it might work, it might not work out. But the people who never try, they guarantee themselves nothing. It won't work out if you don't try. Okay, so I always ask people, people ask, they say to me, but what if this doesn't work out? And I always just flip it on its head and just say, what if it does? And that has stuck with me. I can't remember who said it on a video once, but that's always stuck with me. And again, what if 2 months from now you've got your first few clients? And what if a year from now you're quitting your job, or your business that you've been running in real life, it's now a digital business? What if this is the thing that actually changes your life, right? And you'll never know unless you start. So here's the blueprint and what it actually looks like. So let me give you the roadmap, not just random concept, the actual steps. So month 1 to 2, and again, this can actually be halved. So month 1 to 2 could be month 0 to 1, and month 3 to 4 could be month 1 to 2. It really just comes down to how quick you want to learn this. So nail your I help X do Y. Create your first simple offer, which could be a DIY or a low ticket or low ticket DW done with you. Set up your basic funnel, so landing page, checkout, and start creating content consistently. Just pick one platform, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. I mean, to be fair, if you're picking YouTube, great, but I would do one short form alongside that, so maybe TikTok and Instagram, TikTok or Instagram and YouTube. In month 3 to 4, traction, so you keep creating content. You won't feel like it, but honestly, just do it anyway. Start having conversations with people who engage, get your first sales or clients, even if it's just a few, and learn from what's working and what's not. Month 5 to 6, refinement. Okay, so improve your offer based on feedback. Add the next tier to your stack. Your content should be getting better and reaching more people, and start seeing more consistent sales. And then month 7 to 12, scale. Okay, so optimize what's working, get rid of what isn't working. Consider either a done for you or a high ticket. Build systems so you're not doing everything manually. And this is where the real compounding really kicks in. Okay, so that's the path, and it's not complicated, but most people just never follow through because they're looking for shortcuts that don't exist. People are just looking for the quick way to do this. And this is the reality of where I'm at now. I want to paint an honest picture, right? Because again, I should have put this at the start, who I am and what I do, but I thought I'd leave it to the end for the people who have stayed to the end. Okay, so I made £59,000 in the first 2 months of 2025 last year, I've had 36k months. I've made over £200,000 through Stand Store alone. My community group or my DIY product has over 1,000 members. But more importantly than any of those numbers, I have freedom, right? I have time freedom. So I don't wake up to an alarm. I don't commute. I don't ask permission to take time off. My girlfriend quit her job to come work with me, and we've travelled in the past 2 years more than my whole life before, right? And I'm no special. I'm really not. I'm a normal guy from the UK who was doing construction work 2 years ago. And the difference between where I was and where I am is simply that I started and I figured out the path, and I kept going when it was hard, right? And I didn't overcomplicate it. And that's the whole secret. So if you're serious about building this and you don't want to spend the next year figuring it out alone, making all the mistakes I made, that is what the 5FS Club is for. 5 Figures Simplified per month. I help build your positioning, your offers, your funnel, your content strategy together, so you're not watching some course and hoping you figure it out. I'm actually working with you. So I'm spending my one-to-one time. So again, if you don't want to put your time into this, don't book a call with me down below. And if you're really looking to earn more profits through digital offers just like I did, and work less than ever, but earn more than ever, just book a call with me, link in the description. Again, there's no pressure, no tactics, just a conversation to see where you're at and how I can help you, whether you want to work with me or not. And I hope this gives you a clear picture on what's actually possible and how to get there. And the only thing left to do now is just start, okay? So if this has helped you, let me know, and I'll see you in the next one. And the next video is going to be 3 steps to make your first 100k online as well. And I'll leave my 2.5 hour step-by-step full course as well, so how you can go and do this. Completely free, down in the link in the description with a button to work with me. So yeah, that is me, and take it easy everyone, and subscribe to watch more of this. It'd be much appreciated. Thank you very much.